Thanks guys for clicking onto the UK Europe video blog for today, the Sunday the 20th of November, and yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit more upbeat, and the reason being is not because I'm off today and I'm relaxing and doing very little, but because the pattern's about to change. We're about to see changes. I'm starting to see, and I'm feeling more confident that we are going to start to see a turn to more unsettled weather, but as well as that, more colder weather as well. But again, like I've said time and time again, do not get misled into believing that the colder weather, the core of the coldest winter weather is upon us. It isn't. It's still a good 3 to 4 weeks away at the moment, and of course 20th of December would be a month away from now. And I think it's going to be a very different story around many parts of the UK around this time next month. But looking ahead at the next 5 to 10 days, I'm starting to see, like I say, changes. Going to start to see the high pressure over Europe start to break down, particularly so across western parts of the continent, so through the UK and Ireland, in through the Low Countries, down through France, as well as into parts of Germany and Poland. Of course, the past few days, we've seen persistent fog, mist, cloud, cooler temperatures, of course, because of that, across Germany and Poland. We've seen a 52-car pile-up on the Autobahn of Germany a few days ago, so pretty sad to see that. And of course, it was the same type of thing that was seen across Somerset, you know, a week or so ago, where wet and foggy conditions led to that devastating crash in Somerset as well. So fog can be such a devastating weather element that we need to be careful about, of course. And these days, late days in the winter, or the year, should I say, can be quite a dangerous time. You know, you've got very little in the way of daylight, especially when you've got more in the way of cloud cover. As the temperature starts to drop off, you get those heavy, laden, cloudy days, and they can be quite bad for visibility and whatnot. So we need to be careful whilst travelling out and about at this time of year, particularly so towards the month of December as well. December can be a very dark month, quite a gloomy month as well. But on a more positive note, for those of you that are looking for changes in the weather, that are looking for the changes in the weather, well, you've got that coming. And I'm going to show you first of all the upper level pattern of the European. I'm going to look at the European as well as the GFS model, and a couple of things I'm looking at here. You're going to say to yourself, well, what's the difference, Mark? We can still see the ridge over the western part of Europe. We can see a trough once again dropping into eastern and northern parts of Scandinavia down through Russia. We're going to be seeing temperatures remaining below normal across eastern parts of the continent. However, that will change. You can see also a very large trough over the North Atlantic as well, remaining fairly mild, quite stagnant across the western part of the continent. There's a little air movement, etc. Let's skip ahead to Tuesday, and you can see here the trough over the North Atlantic is trying to nudge its way into the UK. So that would, to me, suggest that we're going to be starting to see weather off the Atlantic trying to push its way in towards the UK and Ireland. You can see the trough actually getting kicked more to the northeast. As this trough is trying to push in and east, it's then going to start to displace the upper level ridge eastwards, as well as that the eastern displacement of the trough over Scandinavia and Russia as well. Skipping ahead to Thursday, and you can see here that the milder air getting pushed more up towards Scandinavia. But look at the trough here. Look at how cold the air is here. Over northeast Canada, as well as parts of Greenland as well, and over the North Atlantic as well, we've got that trough. But the colder air is trying to get its way pushed into the UK. We have not seen that for a long time, and it's been quite persistent. Looking ahead at Saturday, the trough, colder air over the UK. Now, as well as this, folks, we're going to be seeing areas of low pressure by around this time next week get itself and work their way across the UK. We've seen we haven't seen that, and the reason why we've not seen that is because of the block and high pressure. It's been stopping these weather systems from progressing eastwards. But look at this here. This is what you want to see cooler air getting pushed into the UK. The trough trying to push its way into the UK, forcing colder air from this part of the world here, south and southeastwards. You can see the ridge of high pressure starting to get shoved more towards the east. So a cool down towards France, the Low Countries through Belgium and the Netherlands up into Denmark. Milder air getting pushed more and more towards the east. Looking ahead at Monday, the 28th of November, yep, the region once again starts to push back into the UK again. We're going to have a more fluid, dynamic weather pattern. Rather than being persistent, stubborn, boring even, we're going to be seeing more in the way of a ridge trough type of cycle as the upper level ridge starts to break away. We're not going to look at that. Where's the ridge of high pressure? We don't have a ridge of high pressure over Europe at the moment. We've got the ridge trying to rebuild back to, from the southwest down by the Azores. We're going to be trying to see ridging take place back across Spain. This is a more normal pattern, folks. A more normal pattern because we don't have this ridge here over this part of Europe. We're going to be seeing areas of low pressure move basically where my pencil is aligned. We're going to be seeing the storm track more like that here. So warmth, this would indicate a milder push of air out ahead of a fairly strong area of low pressure here off the Atlantic. Once this rattles through, and this will be emphasized in this here, that is for Monday the 20th. Tuesday, we'll see the actual area of low pressure here pushed through. The warmer air then is getting displaced more towards the eastern part of the UK. Colder air in the backside of the area of low pressure. The circulation is now pulling winds down from the north and northwest, if you can notice that. And then ahead at Wednesday, you can see the trough trying to pull colder air in off the North Atlantic and Greenland. So you can see here the patterns changing. Through the rest of this week, we're going to be losing that milder, stagnant, boring air, and what we're going to see is areas of low pressure then starting to the storm track of the Atlantic will start to lift northwards away from Spain and through the Mediterranean.